Dear finalists and eSailing enthusiasts, I'm happy to welcome you on behalf of Swiss Sailing to the finals of the second edition of the Allianz Swiss eSailing Championship. More than 1,000 players of all ages tried to qualify. The best 10 of them are angrily waiting now. This year's finals see a novelty. We present them live and online with the assistance of eSailing.tv. So I wish the finalists fair racing, best wins, and the audience exciting races, and have a great time.
Mut heißt aufstehen, wieder aufstehen. Mut heißt voller Leidenschaft leben, statt nur irgendwie. Abfahren, auf was man will, auf wen man will und wie man will. Mut heißt stark sein und Schwäche zeigen, vertrauen und verzeihen. Pläne machen und bloß nichts machen, nur weil andere es von dir erwarten. Mut heißt mal gewinnen und mal verlieren, aber niemals den Mut. Mut heißt machen. Allianz.
Hello and welcome to all of you eSailing fans around the world, and special welcome to all the Swiss eSailing fans and sailing fans sitting home this fantastic Saturday afternoon getting ready to watch the Swiss eSailing Championship. A championship that has been on the way for the last half year. A lot of qualification rounds has been on, and tonight we're going to see the top 10 players fight against each other, getting ready to go into the victory. We have some players we know already from last year. 3 of the players that was in the finals last year is also part of the finals this year. The defending champion himself is there. The 3rd place is also in there. So let's see how this will go. The format is quite simple. We'll speak more about that, but they're going to do a J-boat and they're going to do a NACRA 17. They're going to do 3 of each and a medal race with a J17. But before getting ready to the final for race number 1, let's meet the players. And that is so fantastic what we're going to experience. And I can say to all of you, I'm not going to be all alone with me today, because one of my favorite hosts and one of my favorite in-game commentators are with me today. Please welcome Cube.
Hi, Thomas.
Yeah.
And good afternoon to everyone.
Yeah, and Cube, it's quite special because this is a championship. We have a J-boat and we have a NACRA. And the first race we're going to see is this J-boat here, the J17, and we're going to see a classic format with 25 knots of wind. What are we going to experience?
Yeah, exactly. So we have actually quite a contrast between the J-boat and the NACRA. NACRA pretty fast, J-boat a bit slower. But with this wind with 25 knots, we'll see a lot of speed, a lot of momentum in this J-boat as well. So we have a 2-lap format, just as usual. So all players qualified using this format, so they're quite used to it. So it's an upwind towards mark number 1 and 1A, then downwind to a gate, up again, and the downwind finish.
Fantastic. I know the players are ready. Let's join the race. And Cube, we are going into the first J-boat race. Let's start it. All 10 players are in there. And we'll have a small introduction of them. Let's start with this. This is C66. He's actually quite a surprise for me because he's one of the youngest today, because the average age tonight is, 42 years old, Cube.
Yeah, indeed, that's pretty high for a championship final, but it probably shows that this game is not that easy to master and that you need quite some life experience.
Yeah. They are getting ready to go in positions while we are speaking about that. Then we have Celestian Storm here. He was part of the championship last year. As I remember, didn't he became second, as I remember, or was it fourth? I don't remember actually, but he has the star with him. Then we have Duapor with us here with the rows. 20 seconds to the start. Let's go to the committee boat. Let's watch that start. And Cube, what are you thinking when you're doing a start like this?
Well, I think first race of a quite important event, you just want to stay clear and you want to have that perfect start and see what happens afterwards. That's something to watch out later, but now you just want to nail that start. And we see actually 9 out of 10 boats. I only see one boat having a bit of trouble there in the back.
Yeah, and that was actually Melanie had the slow start, the first female finalist in the eSailing Championship of Switzerland. But a good start, a penalty to Kuapi, but see how close this is. Top level, actually a non-sailor, and he is actually a non-sailor. He is starting with a penalty also. One boat going to the left-hand side by himself, Kuapi. And Cube, we have this radar, we have this map in front of us. In the top left corner, we can see a lot of data, what the players might do. Can you explain us a little bit more about that?
So a quick explanation is that you have in the top left, you have this radar exactly. And on there you can see dark and lighter spots. So the lighter spots mean less wind, darker spots means higher wind. And then you also see 3 wind sockets. And what they do, they tell you the wind shifts that will come towards you. So you have to look at them, and then you'll see, for instance, when you see one windsock going to the left side, you know that wind shift will come in around 30 seconds.
And a wind shift might come in within the 30 seconds. And remember, the top left corner is just an estimate what's going to happen. Something else is happening when they are in the race here. Right now, the defending champion, Arnold Simonet, is here. He's queuing in second. I know, Cube, he's sitting outside playing right now and having fun. He sent a picture to us earlier today. And H of S is in the lead. He's coming here in a starport where the rest of them are coming port side. So is he in a good position for this first mark rounding?
Well, he was in quite a comfortable position, but we saw the wind shifting a bit further towards the left. So he didn't get that one. And that will create a big opportunity for Celestial Storm actually to round the mark in first position right now.
Celestian Storm first in the first mark-up rounding. Then we have Kuapi in second. Moonflower, the oldest player, in third. Another penalty to actually a non-sailor. I think he just took it to be in that 5th position. Then we have Ludwig coming in. But in last, it's Duapor. He's sitting there in 10th at the moment. But this J-boat has a really good agility, also a special ability in the game. It has a wind shadow of 30 meters. The wind shadow you guys see out there is the wide area, and you can actually capture the other boats in it and slow them down.
Yes, exactly. The wind shadow on this boat is very big, and it slows the boats down by a huge difference. So that's why we also use it for a lot of team racing or match racing. Because it's so close and you see how many boats come together at a single point. Yeah. So it's very tight racing there.
Then they came to the gate mark rounding, doing the second leg upwind, and this is the last leg upwind. Then it's going downwards towards the finish line. Right now we have 4 boats who actually had a small gap to the rest of the fleet. It's Kuapi in the lead, it's H of S in second, it's Celestian Storm in third, it's Moonflower in fourth, and then we have Ludovic coming in here in 5th. He has a small chance to catch up with them, but the fleet is split up here, Cube, right now.
Yes, exactly. Because that gate was was quite advanced, so the left side of the gate was a bit better, and actually half of the fleet tried to take that side, but because so many people tried to take it, a lot of them got a bad mark rounding, so that created some big gaps.
Yeah, and the gate mark rounding and the second leg upwind made a change in the lead. Quapi in the lead, Celestian Storm in second, HRS in third, Moonflower in fourth. Then they have a gap to G66, Axion on Sailor in sixth, Ludovic coming in. Oh, the defending champion with a penalty drops to 10 at the moment. Melanie coming in, also Axion on Sailor with a penalty. So what a clash we have. Luckily for them, we have 6 races today with 1 discard and then a middle race. So everything can still happen. See the battle here, Cube. What to do?
That's a very interesting question. I think they're asking themselves that as well. So now it's probably just about staying clear, and well, Moonflower is having a trouble doing so because he knows when he's gonna jibe and sail away from that position that he is in right now. He'll give away his position to go straight towards the finish line. Yeah. So it's quite dangerous to do so, and we see quite a close battle there, so it's going to be a very tight finish for them as well.
We are coming into the finish. Quapi first. He's under attack. HRS coming in. Celestian Storm. Close call. Who will take the victory? Penalty, Celestian Storm. But he gets second. HRS gets third. Then we have Moonflower coming in fourth. And then we have the battle for the important positions. Duoport with a penalty. Naxio Non-Sailor with a penalty. Megan Chi and all the rest of it coming in. It looks like the defending champ came in 6th. But let's get the confirmation here. Quapi coming first in race number 1. Celestian Storm in 2nd. HRS 3rd. Moonflower 4th. G66 5th. Melanie Maradan coming in 6th. Then we have the defending champion 7. We have Ludovic, he's coming in 8. Axion Non-Sailor 10. And Duoport coming in 9. And then Duoport coming in 10. But the most important thing to discuss here and to look at is all these shift of positions here. C-Cube, this is amazing to watch this a colorful picture here. They are switching position all the time. And this just shows how tight this championship is.
Yeah, exactly. That's something. That's an image we expect a lot when sailing the J-boat, and certainly in the back. I mean, in the front, you see that the people have a chance to get that clear wind. So that creates a bigger opportunity for them to sail their own race and to control their position. But in the back, well, it's very difficult, and you try a lot of things. You try to gain. To gain some things by trying something and going through a side, going towards a corner. Yeah. So sometimes it helps, sometimes it don't. And like right now, you can see that actually a non-sailor, how he went down from a 3rd place start. We see him going all the way down until he finished 9th. So he made a lot of decisions, and it didn't work out that well for him.
And when we say he dropped down to 9, then the big winner in the last downwind race was Melanie. She came in 6, 1 important points, but also the defending champ came in 7. And that was race number 1 we just experienced there. We will go into race number 2 in a few seconds. The players will join in. It's going straight on. They're going to do 3 races in the NACFRA 17. Then after they will do 3 races in the NACFRA, the J-boat, the J70 first. And then they will do 3 races in the NACFRA and a middle race in the J-boat. Let's get ready for race number 2. The players are coming in, so we will have them in there. And Cube, we just experienced a fantastic start of the race today. We experienced all the sailors fighting for it here in the first race, but we also saw the 2 favorite guys. The player qualified in 1st position, actually a non-sailor, coming in 9th, and the defending champion coming in 7th. What is this telling us about this race we experienced today?
Well, it might be because of the fact that a lot of players know they're quite good and that they are maybe a bit scared. So when they get an opportunity to hand out a penalty or to cover them, they'll probably do so in order to secure their position. And actually, we can't blame them because, to be honest, they are quite dangerous if they are close to you.
Yeah, they are quite dangerous if they're coming close to you. Let's see how this go. And also to all of you watching this out there live, if you have any questions, please write us in the chat. We have a chat on all 7 channels that are showing this final. I can say you're not alone at the moment. A lot of viewers are with us right now. Let's get ready. This is race number 2 in the Swiss Championship. They're doing 3 boats in the J boat, and let's see if we can. This is right now. This is Kwabi we have here in the picture in the black boat here with the sail. 15 seconds to start. They're coming to the committee boat. None of them going to the pin end. One boat sneaking away, huh, Cube?
Yeah, it looks like one boat is there sneaking away towards the pin end, and he's getting a really good start with a lot of speed.
And
so
that was Melanie.
Will...
Wow, I am amazed. Here we have one, I have to say, one of the few female players in the world in this game. Only 4% of all players in the game are females. And she started beating up the guys here in this race number 2. Let's hope she is keeping that position the last part of the race. The defending champ.
Yeah, she probably got scared because of that first race, because the bad start she had there. So that's why she hit that pin end.
Yeah.
And well, now she's probably just hoping for the wind to turn back.
And here we see
attack now.
It's nice avoiding going behind Action Unsailor, but see another attack on her from Moonflower, and now she dropped to 10. Quite interesting to see it here from the top view, the 2D mode. But let's see here. Right now, Action Unsailor, he's in 9th, but I'm not sure that will hold when we're coming up to the top mark. Moonflower with a penalty. Double attack on Melanie. She can't avoid that penalty to Melanie. And we can see Kwabi covering Celestian Storm. What an infight battle here. And that's actually giving a good gap to Action Unsailor. According to server, he's 6 right now. And it's the player up here, Ludovic, who is in 1st. Will that hold, Cube?
Yeah, it's gonna be quite tight at the mark because we see he's in a lot more pressure, and he's gonna get that shift once he tacks, which he's getting right now. So that's a shift from the right, and we see actually an Unsailor now struggling to sail towards the mark, so he's losing a bit of ground there.
And the loser of first race are in 2nd. He's coming up here in 2nd place. Duaport coming in, but see Action Unsailor sneaks in on the inside. He needs to take care. Penalty! And Cube, there are 2 rules when we are rounding these marks. What are the rules?
Yeah, so first you have of course, the basic rule, starboard port, and also you can't do a maneuver right in front of another boat. So that was one rule that was against him, and then of course rule 18, which requires you to give room to the inside boat. So actually he had that rule in his favor, but because he made that tack just in front of Joypur, he got that penalty there.
Yeah. And we can see the players are close to each other. Melanie and the defending champion fighting for 9th and 10th at the moment. But see the battle here in the lead. Let's go to the gate mark. And this is interesting. Right now, it doesn't matter which side. There's a little favorite going to the far side. Actually, Non-Sailor saw that. Duaport going with him. They're switching position again. Good downwind attack. Ludovic going to opposite. C66 following Celestian Storm coming in. But we have to keep an eye on these 2 guys over here, Action Unsailor and Duaport. And then we see Ludovic, he can sneak in. So who will take the victory, or who will be in the best position for the downwind action we're going to experience in the 2nd leg?
Yeah, we're seeing quite a similar situation here. Ludovic on the right side, now with attack, and again with the wind shift in his favor. But this time it looks like actually Non-Sailor got enough of a lead at the windward gate, the leeward gate, to build up quite some distance. So now we have a small gap between first and second place.
But it's going to be interesting action. Unsailor first, Duoport coming second, Ludovic coming third, G66 coming in, HNS. See, all the fleet is together. We're avoiding a penalty at the Switch champion from 2019, the defending champion, Melanie and Kuapi in that right now. So it's all about the downwind action, Cube. And we know this wind shadow. When we catch a boat in wind shadow in front of us, we're slowing it down with 3 to 4 knots. So how to defend the lead to actually a non-sailor, because the wind shadow is 32 meters big.
Yeah, for actually a non-sailor, it's a perfect position because he knows when he's jibing, and the second place is jibing as well. Then he'll probably get covered by Ludovic. So now we actually saw Joyport just jibing in advance because he knows he's otherwise gonna get covered. So quite a good defensive move there from Joyport, which will give him a nice second place.
But a victory to Axion Unsailor. One of the gamers winning this one. Then second place, Duoport coming in. Ludovic takes third. G66 comes in fourth. And then a fight for fifth. Moonflower takes it. HNS coming in. And then it's important. Melanie sneaks in the lead. And again, she sneaks up and takes a sixth position. And this might be very important for her when we're coming to the overall score. But a whole different scoreboard, Cube, this time. Axion Unsailor came ninth in the first race. In race number 2, he is in first position. Duoport second. Ludovic third. G66 fourth. Moonflower fifth. HFS 6. Melanie 7. The defending champion 8. Kuapi 9. Celestian Storm 10. And Celestian Storm got 2 penalties in this race, but we can say one thing: Axion Unsailor had the best start, but we saw Melanie came with speed and took the lead in the start, but then penalties hit her, penalty galore. We can see a penalty in the first upwind leg, dropping to 10th, and again she managed to fight herself back. She ends up 7 instead of 6, but that's still better than a 10th position. Celestian Storm lost that downwind action to Melanie. And it's quite amazing to see these races, what they're doing. Such a high level we experience here tonight. And already now we have seen a whole different in the races, in between the races. This is the 2 first J-boat actions. And let's go in and talk a little bit about the scoring. And Cube, we're using sail ranks to help us out with this, because then we can upgrade the score pretty fast. Right now it's looking quite interesting in there, huh?
Yeah, indeed, we see a lot of big changes in the scores. So nobody actually managed to get in the front and hold their steady positions. So the scores are quite close together, and we'll probably see a very big difference once that first discord comes in after race 4, because that will mean some of the players, like actually Non-Sailor and Quappy, will be able to discard in 9th place. And if now in the following races they have some good results, then they'll jump to the front very easily.
But we have the same case with Celestian Storm and Duoport. 2nd place, 10th place. Interesting what's going to happen. We're getting ready for race number 3, so let's see the players coming in. And race number 3 is coming up. Right now the players are joining in the server, so let's see how they're coming in. Race 3, 5 players are in there right now, so we're waiting for the next 5 coming in. And remember, this is online, it's played online, they're sitting at home, so we have all the time to come in, and I can see the players are ready. So let's get ready to some action. Cube, what a start we had here in the Switch Championship. This is race number 3, it's the 3rd time in the J-boat. So how will this happen? What will happen? Because they're switching positions all the time. It's very close.
Yeah, indeed, the racing is very close at the moment. So I think, well, I'm talking about what I would do in this position is just make sure that you have quite a steady start again, and if you see that the positions are switching quite a lot in between two races, you just want to make sure that you're in a steady position. Even like top 5 would be enough, and then just manage to hold that place, and eventually even catch up some more spots.
Yeah.
But having a bad start, we saw that in the previous races, is really a very painful and deadly end of your race.
Yeah, and when we are speaking about the start, the boats are actually at the committee boat. Very close call in between all of them. 3 boats trying to sneak to the pin end, and one of them out there is HNS, who is the leading boat. He's not starting the best. This is actually the loser of the second race, Duoport, the first race, Duoport coming in there. Then we have Quart BN8 here going to the left-hand side, Celestian Storm going to the right-hand side. Interesting, they're splitting up Cube. The wind up there, what it's telling us at the moment?
Yeah, so we see a lot of players stacking now, going towards the right side, because we see on the top left corner in our radar that there is a red shift coming. So Celestial Storm, and I think it's Joypor who is also on that side. So both of them are trying to get that wind shift. Of course, with little covering there to secure your position. So that's some smart play over there. And then, well, we see on the left side, well, they are probably just trying, because they know they went to the wrong side. They got the shifts against them, so they're just hoping for the wind to shift back. And actually, that's happening as well a bit.
Yeah.
So
sometimes we see the wind is shifting a lot here. Right now we can see G66. It looks like his trick survived. He's still in the lead, and it looks like he's surviving all the attacks from starboard. So he's coming up towards the mark first. So that's also sometimes a bit of luck when you are calculating with the wind. Actually, a non-sailor in trouble. He needs to find some room, some space. He's getting a lot of dirty air, this time from the defending champion himself. Mark rounding coming up. This is the first mark rounding, the first leg upwind in race number 3. It is the Swiss Championship. And if you're new viewers of this one, I can see a lot of new viewers coming in. This is race number 3 out of 7. 3 races in the J boat. This is the third of them. Then we're going, a penalty to the defending champ made by Ludovic. Then we can say actually non-sailor also with a penalty. And then they're going to do 3 races in the NACRA 17. And after that, we're going to have a middle race in the J boat. Going downwind, they are right now going to the left-hand side. According to the radar up there, there's a lot of wind in the left-hand side. But a wind shift might come in, so it's good to go to that side. Let's see here, actually a non-sailor taking a chance going opposite. 10.7, 11.0. And he's actually getting wind over there, Cube. Please help us a little bit here.
Yeah, so he made a decision of going towards the right-hand side to stay clear of everyone. And well, actually, it's better than going towards the side with more pressure, but where you're covered by a lot of boats. So he gained quite a lot of meters there.
Yeah, he came from a 9th position to a 4th. Now he's in 5th according to server, but he is in 4th according to our eyes. So, but there he catch a penalty by Ludovic. Ludovic come from starboard, and then we saw himself come from port side. So the classic port side starboard rules go in. A penalty, actually a non-sailor. Such a good downwind, and then he gets this penalty. But G66 sneaks away.
Yeah, he got a misleading thing there. So Ludovic actually had a penalty and was being slowed down. And just at the moment where actually a non-sailor was trying to cross him, he came back out of his penalty and then penalized him. So it's quite unfortunate. But yeah, there's not much you can do there. And he took the risk.
But here we see for the first time tonight, one boat sneaking away from rest of them. G66 Nice done by him. The defending champ in second. Arnold is back in the game. Ludovic third. Quartby fourth. H and of S in fifth. Action on Sailor. Celestian Storm. Moonflower. Dwarf Hall. And then... oh, what's happening here? That... the same boat. I can't tell. I think that's Melanie, the last one, as I remember, on the boat flag. So it's not the defending champ. Sometimes the server gives us the wrong name. They're getting downwind for the second time. This time it's for the finish line. Who will take second? Who will take third? That is the interesting call. And see here, Cube, they're splitting up.
Yeah, exactly. Some of them went to the left, some of them went to the right. Both sides had quite a bit of pressure, so it's really just making a guess and hoping that your side has a little bit more pressure and that you can stay clear on that side, so you can have so you can build up a bit more speed.
Yeah, and it's going to be a close call. See here, T66, he's only 2 meters ahead. He's capturing the wind now. Let's see it on the finish line. No, GT66 takes it. Then we have Ludovic coming in, Quartby third. Action on Sailor, again, a fantastic downwind race, coming in fourth. But see who lost again in choosing the wrong side. The defending champion. I'm amazed, Cube, how much strategy and tactics there are in a game like this for sailors. And it's going so fast. It's so easy to make a wrong mistake. Here we have the confirmation. T66 with a victory. Ludovic second. Quartby third. Action on Sailor fourth. Moonflower fifth. And then we have the defending champion Arnold in 6, Celestian Storm 7, Duopor in 8, Melanie 9, and H of S, the leader, overall leader, dropping down with a loss this time, 10th position. That's going to be hard when they're going into the discard. Best start to Ludovic, best average speed to G66. But what's most interesting is Action on Sailor with 4 penalties and still ending up fourth. That's good, but Ludovic sailing the shortest distance. But she was in the lead, and then we saw the defending champ for the downwind action. He was in second. He chose to go to the left-hand side. Didn't capture the wind the same way as the others. Plus, he was covered a bit and lost 4 position, dropped to 6. The same thing happened to H of S, dropping from a 5th to a 10th. That's very, very costly. And that was race number 3. And let's just have the overall score before going into the NACRA races. This is quite interesting. And Cube, can you guide us a little bit through what happened here overall?
So, well, overall, we can see after 2 races, we had all players actually being very close to each other. And then with the third race, we saw a bit of a gap coming out. So we have G66er who's actually in first with quite good races there, a first, fourth, and fifth position. So he actually still has his joker card, so to say. So when he gets disconnection or whatever, or bad start, nothing is lost for him. While the others, most of them, if we see, so Quartby has a 9, Sigurd has an 8 position, actually non-sailor a 9 position as well. So those guys really can't afford any mistakes right now, and they really have to stay on that very high level all the time. But of course, on the other hand, when none of them are sailing or making mistakes, then we see that with that discard that's coming now in this race, a lot of them will jump to the front. So then we'll see Quartby, Sigurd, and actually a non-sailor in front.
Yeah,
and that's also looking very good for them.
It's looking very good for a lot of them because we have the discard in there. To all of you new viewers, you're at the Switch Championship 2020, and here, meet the players before we're going into the 3 NACRA races.
Mut heißt aufstehen, wieder aufstehen. Mut heißt voller Leidenschaft leben, statt nur irgendwie. Abfahren, auf was man will, auf wen man will und wie man will. Mut heißt stark sein und Schwäche zeigen, vertrauen und verzeihen. Pläne machen und bloß nichts machen, nur weil andere es von dir erwarten. Mut heißt mal gewinnen und mal verlieren, aber niemals den Mut. Mut heißt machen. Allianz.
And we are getting ready to race number 4. This is the NACRA 17. It's a fast foil boat, and this time, Cube, we will try to follow the leading boat G66 and see how his start is going, because this is quite interesting how they will start in a NACRA.
Yes, indeed. The starting sequence is a bit different in NACRA because well, you can't just start from zero speed. You need to have a little build up in speed to cross that line at the high speed, so you can get a clear win from the start.
And we see here he's sneaking in at the committee boat, but it looks like they're doing the slow start, as we're saying. They're getting too close to the starting line, Cube.
Yeah, but now we see he's slowing down. So now we see he's waiting. He's leaving a bit of room there in order to be able to gain some speed right in front of the start. So that's very dangerous now. He's waiting. He's timing it very well. 5 seconds. With that build up, there we see he bears away and the start. So actually pretty slow start as
2 false starts. Celestian Storm and Arnold with a false start. But it was a slow start by him. But see over here, they had a fast start. Duaport and HFS.
Yeah, indeed, they had a very fast start, and also they went to the left side, which is looking really good on the radar. We can see a very big wind gust there, and if we can compare the wind speeds, I'm sure we'll see quite some differences there.
Yeah. And what you will experience here, see, it's a very long upwind leg we are having here. We are having a long upwind, a long downwind, a long upwind. It's because it's a fast boat. See here, 14.5 knots upwind. I know they can go around 14.7 if they're doing it right. So they're actually having quite some wind out there. And downwind, we can see a huge speed, around 30 knots if the wind is with them. Duaport in a good position, but he's under pressure. See all the other boats coming from starboard, but they're attacking in front of Ludovic. Interesting call.
Ludovic there getting a penalty. So again, same rule. You can't tack or make a maneuver right in front of somebody else.
But interesting what's going to happen. We're coming to the first mark rounding, and in this boat type, it's very important to have a good mark rounding. Duaport first, Moonflower second, Quabi third, Melanie fourth, the defending chap fifth, then the rest of the fleet coming in, and it's Celestian Storm who is in last position right now. He didn't have the best start, he had a false start also, and we can really see that in the NACRA. So, the difference from the NACRA and the J-boat downwind cube is that in the NACRA it's pretty hard to do aggressive attacks with wind shadow. So then how to win it with the NACRA?
Yeah, with the NACRA it's more based on the upwind and getting the right shift. The up.
So it's all about upwind. So in the NACRA opposite the J-boat, it's all about having a good upwind leg. So let's see how that will go in the second upwind leg. We know they can win 20 to 30 meters upwind if they're doing it right. All going to the far side, except one boat, Ludovic. And that's interesting. Let's see, and she, the leading boat with a penalty up there. But Ludovic, dropping to 9th, was 10th for going to the wrong port in the gate. Does it really mean so much, Cube?
Yeah, well now for this he went to the least favorite gate. That's one thing, but also he was sailing against the wind shift, so he actually got a wind shift towards towards the left-hand side, which he didn't take. He just went towards the right corner. And we'll see if it pays off. But right now, it looks like it's going to be really difficult for him to come back.
So again, as we spoke about, it's the upwind leg that's doing it, and Kouapi coming into the lead, but see Duaport coming in. Now he doesn't attack that way. He tacked up to cover Moonflower instead of being aggressive on Kouapi. That's an interesting call, and that might lose the victory for him. But let's see. Kouapi now in the lead, switching position with Duaport. Penalty Moonflower in the battle against Melanie. Melanie in fourth.
Yeah, very nice comeback there from Kouapi. He went all the way into that left-hand side corner, and it's paid out very good. So he rounded the mark, I think, in fourth or fifth position, and then he came all the way back. He crossed all the red boats. We had 3 red boats in front, and now we see all of them actually only in the middle of the fleet.
Yeah. And quite interesting, Duaport, he got a penalty in the battle against Melanie, and now his turn to attack Melanie. So he dropped to fourth instead of being second. Melanie going a little bit far out, not to be caught in wind shadow. Make the boys battling each other. It's Moonflower, the oldest participant this evening, going to battle Duaport, but then Kouapi in the lead and the defending champion in second. But they're very close. Who will take it? There's no doubt it's going to be Kouapi. But the next positions, who will be that? Arnold, the defending champion, second. Melanie third. Great job by him. Duaport fourth. And the fleet coming in opposite side. We had some battles over there. We didn't see it quite well. Ludovic, actually an on-sailor. Celestian Storm came in last. But let's see the confirmation. Yeah, Moonflower lost that one actually. See that? The opposite side, the 3 boats we didn't have our eye on, captured him in the downwind action. So he dropped 3 position. Kouapi with a victory. Arnott in second, Melanie in third. Congratulations, Duaport in fourth. Actually a non-sailor fifth. Ludovic 6, Moonflower 7, G668, H of S 9. That's his second bat position. Celestian Storm 10. As I remember, it is his second 10 position. Melanie with the best start. Actually a non-sailor sailed the shortest distance, but he did a lot of jibes. And Cube doing a jibe in a Nacra downwind. Is that costly?
Well, the jibe itself really depends on why you need to do it. If you want to make that jibe in order to go to a higher pressure zone, well, then it can pay off. But of course, you need to make you need to think about the fact: will I gain back the meters that I lost because of that jibe? And in most cases, it actually don't. So then the only right decision when to make a jibe is when you're getting covered by someone.
Yeah. And
well, there it depends. I mean, now we really had a close downwind.
And there we just had the internet with us. We were cutting up Cube a little bit, but let's say here we can say, as Cube said in the race, when this boat is all about winning upwind, and we can see Kouapi, that's the light blue, starting third, and at the mark fourth, that's the gate mark, going upwind. He won that after the gate mark and came in the lead. We'll get ready to race number 5. And race number 5 is also going to be one of the exciting, because we're going to see a result in a few sec, an overall score. And I can say to you, a lot of things changed again. And this time we had the discard with us in, so all points now counts. So let's go in and see it. And there we go, the discard coming in, Kouapi in the lead with 5 points right now. He lost 9 points, a victory, a third, and a victory. Then Axion on-sailor in second with 10 points, T66 in third with 6 points, Ludovic with 11 points, and then the rest of the fleet coming down. And that 10 point for Celestian Storm was very costly, see dropping to last position. And Cube, are we so lucky to have you with us again?
Yes, I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you, Cube. We're getting ready for the next race. We are going into race number 5. 2 more races back in the Nacra. and it looks like we're switching position, we're changing positions all the time. Will the leading boats keep the victory? All boats ready? We are ready to go. And Cube, this Nacra 17 is one of the fast boats. It's the foil boat. It's a light foil boat, so sometimes in this game it actually works another way. It's not always to be in the hardest breeze, but being in the middle breeze. Some players saying, what to trust with this boat?
Well, I know what they mean. Well, it's not really necessary to always have the highest breeze, because those boats reach some sort of speed limit in this game. All boats do, actually. So once you reach that speed limit, there it doesn't matter if you go to a more pressure zone. So the only thing you want to do then is to just sail on the wind shifts and actually get those shifts right. So that's why some of them say, well, it's not necessary to get that high pressure. Just get some pressure and then sail on the shifts.
So just get some pressure into the sails, just get some wind into the sail. And right now we saw Kuapi did that in the second upwind leg in the last race. So let's see how it will go this time. Clean start for all the boats, but a penalty to G66. There's overall third, so he has a slow start. Melanie going to the right-hand side, followed by Celestian Storm and Duoport. Left-hand side, it's a huge split. HNS of S, Ludovic, Kuapi, and the defending champion in the middle. Let's go up to the chopper so we can see all the boats. Here we can see all the crosses. Chi in the last. Bad start, already 60 meters behind Action on Sailor. That's a hard start.
Yeah, right now it's an interesting game there on the right hand side with those three red boats. Melanie actually getting a nice shift there right now, and it looks like she's gonna be able to hold that shift. And if she's not getting wind shadow from Celestial Storm, then she might have a chance to round the mark in a very good position. So it's only gonna depend on actually a non-sailor.
Yeah, but it
I'm
looks
feeling
like she's just caught a little bit in wind shadow. She's going behind him to get a little bit speed. So bears away and then tacks up. That's an interesting tactic. Great stuff.
Yeah, very smart decision there from her. But it's like I thought, it's gonna be actually a non-sailor now sneaking in
penalty!
First place. Very diff.
Yeah. He just got it caught by Celestian Storm, and see, that's a costly one. Luckily for him, he will come out of it just before the downwind action starts, so he's not losing that much. Penalty to Duoport. Melanie is aggressive. Penalty action on Sailor. This female is a spider, killing the other males on the boat, sneaking away together with Celestian Storm. What a development of this race. What a development.
Yeah, what a beautiful move there, I must say. I mean, she was getting covered by two boats, and she just said, not with me today. Yeah. And she did that in a very brilliant way. So she got both of them out.
So
and now she's comfortably in that second position now.
Maybe we should give her a new nickname in this game, the Black Widow. What a attack she just did there. Lured in the two males, and then she just snapped them in one move. Great stuff, great stuff. Here we're getting ready. It's going to be Celestian Storm winning this if he's not hitting the marks up there. So, but see there, Melanie in second. Great job there. Ludovic in 8. Interesting, he's coming back in the upwind. This upwind leg is so important. Then we have G66 in the opposite side. Let's see what's happening here. Coming into 5th. Coming in front of Action on Sailor. Great upwind by him. Great upwind.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that we see this difference between Melanie sailing in the J-boat, where we actually didn't see her a lot in the front of the fleet, and now in this Nacra, she's just like almost winning the races. So the 4th race, she also got a very good result, and now she's again laying in that top 3. So very steady results in the front of the fleet. So it's a pretty big contrast with the J-boat.
Yeah, and I have to say, this is a good result for Melanie, because then she will actually come into the medal battle, because Celestian Storm, he's almost ridden out of it, because he's in last with 19 points, but Melanie, she's in the middle of everything. Ludovic coming in, Moonflower, penalty to the defending champion. It's not his night tonight, but who's lost? G66 is lost. He's in third overall. Wow, what's happening in here? And another penalty to the third and the second place, changing everything. This means Melanie is getting some points, Celestian Storm coming in. But let's follow it from here. I don't think we will switch many positions. They're all going to the same side. So, Ludovic, Moonflower, Axion Unsailor. We might see a small battle here, Moonflower against Axion Unsailor. Let's see what happens there. Coming in here. Melanie gets second, Ludovic coming in, Celestian Storm with a victory, Moonflower, Axion Unsailor. It's Moonflower taking it. Drew Port coming in 6, and then it's going to be close. H of S. Kuapi, winner of the last one, gets 8. Whoosh. Again, Cube, we are switching up and down on the positions. What a championship we have here tonight. What a championship. Celestian Storm with a victory, Melanie in second, Ludovic in third, Moonflower in fourth, Axion Unsailor in fifth, Duapor in 6, H of S in 7, Kuapi 8, the defending champion in 9th, and the overall leader in 10th. Cube, couldn't it be more interesting?
Yeah, we're seeing a whole switch in all the standings, and I can say I'm having the full results in front of me right now.
Okay,
and
then let's go into the full results straight away. Let's go in and upgrade the full results. Here we have it. And Kuapi is still in the lead, but see, only 13 points. Ludovic 14 points. Axion Unsailor 15 points. Melanie sneaks up to 18 points, together with Moonflower and G66. So we can't call who's winning this Swiss championship already. It couldn't be more exciting, huh, Cube?
Yeah, exactly. It's very close, and we see that top 3 of them separated by 1 point. But then we see place 4, 5, and 6 on equal points, and just like they're sniffing that top 3, and they just want to be in there. And right now, I must say, for Melanie, it looks quite promising, because if we look at her results, she's just nailing it in that in the NACRA, while the other ones, well, G66er and Moonflower actually have a bit of trouble there.
Yeah, but one thing we're also going to see here is we have to remember the middle race is going to be in a J-boat. So that will switch everything again. And to all of you new viewers coming up there, we're getting ready to go into race number 6 of the Swiss Championship, eSailing Championship. And I can say it's powered by Allianz, and this couldn't be more exciting. We are having such an open result that we can't call a winner yet. And we're going into race number 6, and then after we're going into a middle race. What a fantastic experience. I know the players are ready. I know my co-commentator Cube, or Arthur van Damme, is also ready. So let's get into some action. Race number 6, Cube, coming up. It's the NACRA 17, the light foil boat in the game. In front of us here now we have Ludovic, but one person I really want to look at right now is Melanie. She is really doing a great race in the NACRA.
Yeah, indeed, she's having very constant performances there in the front of the fleet, and let's hope for her she's doing the same in this third race, because she'll need that lead if she wants to have a good result in the medal race as well, after the medal race, because we saw that her performances in the J-boat weren't quite as good, and that she was struggling a bit there.
Let's follow her boat here in the start. She's behind the other boats, trying to find some space, going to the port side, the pin end here in the middle. Whoosh. Interesting call here. Let's see all the boats. So she's caught there behind G66 in the white flag with the pirate. She sneaks in, she gets room, but she's too fast, isn't she? No! Again, almost a perfect start, but it's H of S. 2 false start. Kuapi, Duaport. No, H of S also a false start. No, 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 no. This is changing everything again. Kuapi is overall leader. Interesting what's coming in. Melanie in 7 right now. We need to go up to the chopper so we can see all the boats here. There we have them. See how split they are, Cube. Hard to follow them. Ludovic here below, Celestian Storm, Melanie in middle together with Action Non-Sailor. But the leader, the defending champion, Arnold is here in the right-hand side. Will he keep that position?
It looks like he's losing a lot of ground there. G66er is attacking now on top of him. Also actually losing quite a lot. And it's Melanie now in first place. Very interesting to see. Going towards that right-hand side. The shift will come. We're seeing it on the radar. Yeah. She's just waiting for that shift to come. There it is. With attack on the ley line. She's crossing the ley line now a bit further.
Yeah, and she's pressuring Action Non-Sailor out. I think that was maybe the mistake she did here. But it does... Oh, Celestian Storm with a victory in this race. He's actually back in the game. Whoosh! I wrote him out in the last race. And if he takes another victory, then it's 2 victories in a row. And then he's back in top 3. Melanie in 2nd. This is interesting. Ludovic, Action Non-Sailor, G66, Moonflower coming in. Great race by all of them. But Kuapi here, the defending champion there, Duaport and H of S, they're out of this race. Let's follow the leading group here. 5 boats.
Very interesting there. Celestial Storm actually driving, going towards a light pressure zone and now losing a lot of ground. So it looks like it's Melanie right now getting that first position.
And we can see it here. Oh, yeah, we can see it here. Melanie takes over. And that's not always we see that in downwind action. And Celestian Storm going opposite also. Interesting call. He drops to 4th now. Going into 3rd, almost getting a penalty by Ludovic. Whoosh.
A super move there from Melanie. Now going towards that left-hand side. Making attack on Celestial Storm. Both going towards the left. Celestial Storm decides to stay in her wind shadow. Oh, to attack on G66er. So a very smart decision there to secure his 2nd position. Now both attacking, go on back towards the middle. Yeah. And the only one, I would say, who is still able to maybe get a shift is Ludovic. On the far right side, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to come back.
He's too far away, just with my bare eyes, you can see it. So 3 boats in the battle, G66, Celestian Storm, Melanie, but Melanie has the chance to make a gap to the others and just race away if she doesn't do the same mistake as Celestian Storm going into lighter wind. Wow, what a championship we have here. Before going into the middle race, it all opens up. And Action Non-Sailor sneaks in to take 2nd. It couldn't be better for Melanie. There it goes. Wow. So Melanie takes the lead and just have to focus on getting some wind and then let the boys behind her fight for 2nd and 3rd and 4th. Going to the left side.
Also a great comeback there from actually Non-Sailor.
Yeah. Great upwind. As we said, this boat type is one in the upwind races. And we just saw the example here. Oh, G going in, 24 knots, going to, let's see, 23.7, 24.4. He's coming with a little more speed, but he's 17 meters behind. He cannot go into this battle. Melanie is going to take a victory in race number 6. But who will take 2nd? Celestian Storm, Action Non-Sailor, side by side. And it's going to be Action Non-Sailor. Celestian Storm drops to 3rd. G66 come in 4th. And then we have rest of the fleet way behind. What a race by the leading pack. Ludovic, Kuapi, Duaport. And then we have Arnold Simon, H of S, Moonflower sneaking in the last position. Wow, confirmation, Melanie with a victory in race number 6. It couldn't be a better time to do it. Action on Sailor in second, Celestian Storm in third, T66 in fourth, Ludovic in fifth, Quarby in sixth, Duopor in 7, Arnold, the defending champion, another bad position 8, HFS 9, Moonflower 10. And the stats, yeah, they're okay, but we want to see this switch here. Again, when we analyze this, it's the upwind leg doing the difference. Melanie, Celestian Storm, what a upwind leg they had in the first upwind leg. Then we saw Action on Sailor has the best upwind leg in the second leg. And Ludovic, he lost that one. We saw him going all the way to the right-hand side, dropping from third to fifth. And then we see the battles downwind, didn't shift, change positions at all. But again, congratulations to Melanie with a victory in this race. And that was the first 6 races of this Swiss Championship. And now let's go in and see the overall result before going into the medal race. We're getting ready for the overall result, and I can say, wow, this is going to be unbelievable. There we have the overall result, Cube. Will you guide us through at the moment?
Yeah, Thomas. So a very nice comeback there from Melanie, and now she's actually getting in with equal points on second position. So it's really close, and we see between top 4. The medal race will actually decide which of them gets in first position. So, of course, we still have Shatter and Celestial Storm being able to close that gap. But it's mainly going to be between those 4 boats because, well, they know that all of them have a big chance of getting that podium finish. So let's see who gets it.
But when we analyze this, Kuapi, really had started very well in the NACRA 17, and then an 8 and a 6. Dropping to second, he could actually sneak away and take the victory of the Swiss Championship. But Melanie, she wanted something different. Took a second and a third. See, third, second and first in the NACRA 17. But when we are watching her results in the J-boat, 9, 7 and 6. Interesting what's coming up. But one thing is for sure, from position 6 to position 1, all of them can win the Swiss Championship, Cube. Because in the middle race, points counts double, and it won't be discarded, so it will be double up on points there. So let's see what happens. They started 10 players. Let's meet them here before going into the championship final. This is the middle race, so please stay tuned.
Mut heißt aufstehen, wieder aufstehen. Mut heißt voller Leidenschaft leben, statt nur irgendwie. Abfahren, auf was man will, auf wen man will und wie man will. Mut heißt stark sein und Schwäche zeigen, vertrauen und verzeihen. Pläne machen und bloß nichts machen, nur weil andere es von dir erwarten. Mut heißt mal gewinnen und mal verlieren, aber niemals den Mut. Mut heißt machen. Allianz.
and welcome back to this very exciting Switch Championship. It's one of the most exciting championships we actually covered on eSailing TV. We're going into the middle race, and I have to say, with the scores as it looked like now, everybody can actually be in top 3, but only top 6 can win it. So it's going to be quite interesting, and it's going to be a J-boat. And I have to say also one thing I'm looking forward to. This very, very beautiful young lady we have in the game called Melanie, the first female competitor in the Switch Championship. Right now, she has a chance to write history, to be the first female player ever in the world winning a medal in a championship in eSailing. So let's go in game. They are ready to play. And Cube. This is one of the most interesting finals we ever had. All of the boats can win a podium position in the Switch Championship, but top 6 can win the championship. So everything's open.
Well, I wouldn't say everything is open. We have some people in the back who can't get onto podium if I'm looking at the results right now. But it's gonna be very interesting. As you were saying, a lot of people have a chance to get in, to get on the podium, and a lot of them actually have a chance to win this event as well.
Yeah, and then we can also be, no matter what, we write history tonight, because this is the second eSailing Championship of Switzerland, and it is the middle race we are in right now. So we will crown the winner as second place or third place, but we might also see the first female player in eSailing ever win a medal in a national championship or just one of the huge tournaments. That's interesting. Here she is, starting 8, going opposite the others. That's Melanie. Sneaks away. No! The defending champion losing win! He's out of this race already! Was caught at the pin and at the mark. And then he went upwind, lost momentum. Luckily for him, this is a J-boat, but 30 meters on Kwapi. That's a hard one to take. Kwapi here in the middle. And there we have actually a non-sailor. Cube, how does it feel to be in a final like this? I know you have been playing in a high level for a long time also. Does the heart beat?
Yeah, yes, it does. It does every single time, and it's, even if you think you've mastered it after so many events, you always come back to that final race, to that middle race, and you think, I cannot make any mistakes now. And it's always so nerve-wracking and so difficult to make sure that you keep concentrating and that you keep focusing on the global image.
And this is quite interesting. It is the J-boat. And we are going to see here Melanie, she chosen as the only boat going to the right-hand side and then tag in towards the middle. She might win some positions on it, but she's in the middle of the fleet, actually a non-sailor here on the left side. It is the J-boat, and as we said, the Nacro you win upwind, and the J-boat you win downwind. So let's see how it goes in the downwind action coming up here. Melanie, where she's now? She's there. She's getting some wind there. So let's see what happens. Marked rounding coming up, Cube. Who is in best position? It's going to be very close. A lot of penalties will come in, but who will get them?
It's indeed gonna be very close, and it looks like Kwapi is gonna manage to sneak right into that front position. Very good there from him. Actually, Jorper had a chance to penalize him, didn't do that.
Penalty action on sailor. Duoport losing momentum. Penalty the defending champion. Penalty Celestian Storm made by the Black Widow. So Melanie sneaks up in between. Oh, then she catch a penalty by one of the boats coming out of the penalty. So 4 boats sneaking away in that mark rounding. So 4 boats battling for it. Let's see. Kwapi, he can win the championship. Moonflower, he can get into the podium. H of S, he can win the honor. And Duoport, he might have a chance of a podium position here. Wow, Cube. This is interesting. Double points counting up.
Yeah, double points and no discard in the medal race. So now it looks like Quappy is in a very, very good position now to win this championship. Actually, he has Moonflower behind him, but Moonflower will not be able to take away his win. And then the only person is Joypor in third. But Joypor has like a gap of 8 points I'm seeing right now. So also Joypor is not able to close the gap. So it looks like Quappy will be our new Swiss champion.
Oh, don't call it yet. We have seen it before. Actually, an Unsailor just penalized HFS coming up to fourth. It's very open to a port. Moonflower coming in. Remember, double points coming in. And again, we have to say the J boat is not Melanie's boat. She loves the fast boat. She's currently in 9th, so she will have a hard time. Actually, an Unsailor bears away. He sneaks behind the whole fleet. Was that losing his position going into 9th? Penalty Celestian Storm. So, Quappy is going to win. Nobody can capture him. Moonflower in 2nd. Duoport in 3rd. But rest of the fleet is assembled. So, who will get 3rd? Maybe also 2nd. Because I'm not sure Duoport, he has enough points to take a podium position up there. Penalty HNS. This is quite interesting. We also have a battle here. Let's see here. Penalty, Moonflower, Duoport takes him. He wants that 2nd position. Wow, Cube. I can't breathe anymore. It's going so fast at the moment. There we have it. Chi coming in 4th. Action on Sailor 5th. The defending champion, Melanie, she's in 7th. Downwind, Celestian Storm. Quappy winning it. Duoport coming in 2nd. Moonflower 3rd. Chi 6-6. He can still lose it. Actually, an Unsailor takes the sprint. No. Chi 6-6 takes 4th. Then we have Action Unsailor 5th. Celestian Storm comes in. Penalty to Melanie. She loses this race in the middle race. But let's go in after confirmation of the results. Quappy with a victory. Duoport 2nd. Moonflower 3rd. Chi 6-6 4th. Action Unsailor 5th. Celestian Storm 6. The defending champion Arnold 7. HFS. He started so good in this race. Dropping to 8. Ludovic 9. And Melanie drops to 10. And then we have best start to Chi 6-6. Celestian Storm 5 penalties. But this is the most interesting. This is the battle. There's no doubt that Quappy will win this race. But see here, Moonflower, what a start he had. False start, starting in the last position, 10th position. Had such a fantastic upwind leg. Coming into 2nd, but lost in downwind in the battle against Duoport. Chi 6-6 in 4th. Action Unsailor 5th. Celestian Storm 6th. So Action Unsailor lost, won it there against the others in the battle. But that will give us another score. And Cube, who will win the Switch Championship 2020. We will go in and refresh. And there we have the confirmation. Quappy winning the Switch Championship 2020. 2nd place. Actually an Unsailor with 27 points. Chi 6-6 gets 3rd with 30 points. But C Duoport 31 points. Moonflower 31 points. So if Moonflower didn't get a penalty by Duoport, then he got 3rd. So it was such a close finish at all. And then we can say Celestian Storm 6, Ludovic getting in 7, Melanie 8, the defending champion, this time he got 9, HFS getting in 10th. And after a small break, we will have all the top 3 players in for an interview, but we will also speak with the president, Martin Fogler. He will also be in studio, so please stay tuned. We will be back in a few minutes.
Mut heißt aufstehen, wieder aufstehen. Mut heißt voller Leidenschaft leben, statt nur irgendwie. Abfahren, auf was man will, auf wen man will und wie man will. Mut heißt Stark sein und Schwäche zeigen. Vertrauen und verzeihen. Pläne machen. Und bloß nichts machen, nur weil andere es von dir erwarten. Mut heißt mal gewinnen und mal verlieren. Aber niemals den Mut. Mut heißt machen. Allianz.
And there we go. This was the Swiss Championship 2020, and we're getting ready to the medal ceremony in a few seconds here. We are just getting all the players in here, but before going that, we will try to speak with Martin Fogler, the president of Swiss Sailing Federation. He's in here to end up the show, so let's go in and have a small talk with him. And Martin, can you hear me?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Hi, Thomas.
Yeah, what a championship you just had.
Well, thanks to all the gamers, thanks to you for the exciting late afternoon we have seen now. It was fantastic sailing. Thanks.
It was amazing what we saw here. It is actually the most exciting championship we've been covered because everybody could win it. But we're going into a medal ceremony right now, Martin, and we are going to hand out the prizes to the players. But before doing that, will you please have you anything to say before we are going into the medal ceremony?
Well, I congratulate all the sailors, all the gamers, and I thank them for the great sailing they presented tonight. I thank you, Thomas and Arthur, for the great show you presented to us. And then finally, yes, the medals are going to the winners. You will do the medal ceremony, and the winners will find their real medals in their letterbox beginning of next week. Yeah. And I have also something to say to all the gamers. I'm happy to announce that these 10 finalists will represent Switzerland in the Nations Cup of World Sailing.
Wow, that is a huge prize. I can say to you, it's going amok out there in the chat right now. So that's great, Martin. Martin, let's bring in number 3 first, G66 in studio, and let's handle the prize to him. There he is. Hello, G66. Welcome in studio.
Hello.
And here is the prize. It's coming into you now. It's sliding in the picture. But Chi, how was it? It was such a close race.
Yes, the races were really close, but really fun at the end.
Yeah. But tell us a little bit more. How does it feel to race like this? Is the heart beating high? Are you sweating at the moment?
The heart is beating higher than normal, yeah, of course. Not sweating because it's not so physical, but still, heart is going stronger, yes.
Yeah. And Martin, we have the prize here on the picture. What is he winning in the third place? He got a medal, but he's also winning a good prize from your main sponsor.
Yes, first you will receive a bronze medal, of course, but also a check over 200 Swiss francs presented by our main sponsor, Allianz.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Allianz.
Super, congratulations with that. Let's go to second place. I know that's also a gamer we know quite well, Martin. He got third last year, so 1 place up, Arnold.
Yes, so I know what you have to do next year. I think the expectations are up.
The place is up. And Martin, the prize is coming in here. What is Arnold or actually a non-sailor winning today?
So besides the silver medal, you'll receive a check over 300 Swiss francs presented again by our main sponsor, Allianz.
Thank you very much.
And I have to say, I have a journalist out there waiting for you for some questions, Arnold. Actually a non-sailor. I know you've been playing this game for a couple of years.
Yes.
But still you're actually fighting against all the sailors in a game like this. How does it feel to compete in such a level here?
I've been competing so many times in this game, so for me it's not a difference anymore if it's real sailors or whoever. So I just focus on my game. I know what I have to do. I I hardly think anymore. It's all automatically.
We know you are part of a huge international community. That's also how gaming world is working. And they all want you to go out on a sailboat this year. Has it succeeded anyhow yet?
Almost. I mean, my competitor, Arno Simone, also known as Stripes, he invited me and we almost made it. So there was something that came in between in the last minute, but he promised me that we can do it once. So there is hope that in the next championship that I will be a sailor also, a real sailor.
Martin, do you hear that? A new member.
Yes, that's the goal of the whole thing.
That's great. That's great. Congratulations,
Thank you very much.
sailor. And then let's go into the winner. Here he comes in, Kuapi coming in. Congratulations, winning the Swiss Championship 2020.
Yeah, it's incredible. I didn't believe it before the last race because it was all so close together. My only thought was I don't want to become fourth, so it played out perfectly. I was just luckier than the others.
Yeah. And Martin, what are we giving the winner today?
Well, of course, whatever winner wins all the time is the gold medal and a check over 500 Swiss francs, again presented by Allianz, our main sponsor. And congratulations, Quappy. I'm quite excited that you as well are a non-real sailor, so you're a pure gamer. And that's the whole game is who is best? Is it a sailor or is it a non-sailor? Today we have two medals going to non-sailors.
Yeah, actually, I'm a real sailor.
You are.
I am. I'm a laser sailor for over 30 years, so somehow the message got wrong.
Then we have one question for you. How is it to play a game like Virtual Regatta and do real sailing? We know a lot of the top sailors, they're saying they can use the game for something. What do you think?
I think so. I sailed a lot of regattas, and I think that you can learn on tactics on the virtual game. I actually think that it with the wind and the strategy and the tactics is not so different from real sailing. Of course, you stay dry and there are no waves, and you don't have to handle the boat. But I think that actually I learned on the virtual for my real sailing.
Wow. So what are we going to? I have to ask like this because gaming and sailing is quite new. It's only 2 years old, and we're going to have the 3rd World Championship this year. It started with the World Championship last year, 2 years ago in Florida. So how can you use this game in Swiss sailing to create interest in sailing?
I didn't understand the question. To whom the question?
To you. How do you think we can use this game to create more interesting for sailing?
I don't know. I think it's a good training. I mean, for real sailors, it's also a good training tool when there's no wind or in the winter.
Yeah.
I think that you can train on strategy and how to. I think it's also the positioning in the fleet. You can train very well. Where do you position yourself compared to the others and compared to the wind? I mean, that's what sailing is about. Beside handling the boat, of course.
Cool.
And I think that the tool is. I'm playing this game for I don't know how long it exists, but I think about 8 years or so, and it has greatly improved. I mean, the tool was in the beginning it was not so realistic, and now I think it's really a nice tool. And I have fun playing it.
Yeah.
That's so. I think it's
Fantastic. Then I have to ask: when you're a real sailor, how many hours a week are you using to play this game? Because we need to know that for the Nations Cup. If you're going to be the captain or what you're going to be, the guy playing the most.
No, I think that actually no sailor should be the captain. I thought that he would win. But maybe I had more luck today. But I think he would be a good captain. But I'm playing regularly, yes. So,
and then I need to ask because I'm telling my kids not to play too much computer. So how much are you playing this game? I have seen people qualified to the World Championship hiding for their wives on the toilet. That was Matt KZ7 the first year of the World Championship in Florida. So how much are you playing, and you're also hiding away from the family to play?
No, but my kids, they look over my shoulder and they ask what is your ranking, and you're playing again. So but I play most of the time at night, so between 8 or 9 to 11, something like that. So I never play during the day. I only play after at the beginning at the night.
Oh.
And I don't play more than 2 hours, let's say. But sometimes I play every day.
Oh wow, amazing.
But then I can also take a break for 3 weeks or so, because after some time you get a bit
tired.
You need to change.
Yeah. Let that be the final word of tonight, and then let Martin Fogler, the president of Swiss Sailing, say goodbye to all of you. Here you go, Martin. The word is yours.
Well, thanks a lot once again to you, Thomas, to Arthur, and to all the gamers for this exciting afternoon. And I wish the Swiss team in the Nations Cup all the best, and hope to see good places there. And for all the audience, thanks for looking, thanks for watching, thanks for being with us tonight, and have great time in sailing, either virtual or real. Thank you.
Mut heißt aufstehen, wieder aufstehen. Mut heißt voller Leidenschaft leben, statt nur irgendwie. Abfahren, auf was man will, auf wen man will und wie man will. Mut heißt stark sein und Schwäche zeigen, vertrauen und verzeihen. Pläne machen und bloß nichts machen, nur weil andere es von dir erwarten. Mut heißt mal gewinnen und mal verlieren, aber niemals den Mut. Mut heißt machen. Allianz.